This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
The importance of culture in the success of the communication process cannot be underestimated. This is emphasized in the reflective essay below. Introduction. Communication is an essential part of the daily life of every individual. Without proper communication, our ideas and views cannot be informed to others. Usually, communication starts when there is a need to convey a message to another. It refers to exchanging ideas and facts from one person to the next. Communication may be defined as the process by which an individual or group of individuals transmits information about ideas, feelings, and intentions to another person or group of persons. Different factors influence the communication process. Some of them are culture, language, etc. Cultural differences between the people in a group team affect effective communication among them both positively and negatively. This paper dwells on this aspect and describes the importance of culture in communication using a descriptive approach. Impact of culture on communication. Culture has a significant influence on the communication process. Cultural differences can create conflicts and misunderstandings between parties involved in the communication process. Culture has often been defined in simplistic terms as the lifestyle of people of a community. But culture means much more. It encompasses various attitudinal and behavioral dimensions such as values, beliefs, expectations, norms. All these make culture a complex thing to understand and has drawn the attention of researchers to study the various dimensions of culture and its impact on the people living within that culture. Within a culture, there may be various subcultures based on ethnic groups, religious groups, professions, and differences exist among them. Many studies by behavioral scientists prove that all the people who belong to a particular culture have similarities in their thinking and behavior. Culture differs from one group to another, affecting the level of trust and openness in communication that one can achieve with people of other cultures. Therefore, cultural differences should be understood correctly to ensure effective communication. Critical points of intercultural communication. We can communicate effectively in a cross-cultural context if we understand how one culture differs from another and on what basis. There are commonly known cultural differences. Contextual. Cultural contexts have a significant influence on the way people interpret messages. High-context cultures like Taiwan or South Korea rely more on nonverbal communication than verbal communication, whereas low-context cultures like the United States or Germany rely more on verbal communication than nonverbal communication. Social differences. Social behavior is another distinguishing factor among cultures. Nonverbal differences. It is essential to understand the differences in the meanings nonverbal communication conveys in the context of diversified cultures. The simplest hand gesture may signify different meanings from one culture to another. Personal experience. My experience in a cricket match, in which I got the chance to lead the state team, helped me understand the role of proper communication in achieving objectives. As I understood the concepts like culture and communication, it would be easy for me to analyze how they relate to personal experiences. Hofstede's cultural dimension will help study the impact of culture on communication. According to him, the culture of the people who are only cautious of themselves, I-conscious, would be different from the culture of people who care for others too, we-conscious. And also, the differential consideration by the society of men and women, the approach of people in the lower strata of society towards social difference, and the attitude of people to avoid uncertainty depict the culture of the people. Here is my personal experience. The cultural difference related to individualism-collectivism is present. It was a Sunday when the final match of the tournament was going to be played. My team was one of the finalists. I was the captain of the team, and the team members consisted of players from different localities of the state. For both the team, the match was crucial as it was the problem of image and status. Moreover, it was a national-level tournament. Our team batted first and scored a defendable total. But when the opposite team started batting, unfortunately, our fielders started losing the catches and missing the fields. I knew that communication was not becoming effective as there were players of different cultures. Some players are not taking into consideration my words as a captain of the team. A good captain means a good leader. To be a good leader, one must think of some essential qualities, including proper communication skills. Especially when leading a team of different cultures, the captain should be well versed in cross-cultural communication, otherwise, success would be a question mark. That was what happened in my case. I treated this captaincy also as just like the captaincy of my local team, in which I know everyone, and there are not many cultural differences. However, things were not like that, and I really paid value for negligence on my part, and we lost the match. The reasons were lack of proper communication between team members, lack of coordination. One problem that I noticed during the match was that when a team member achieved a good performance, the way of appreciation was different by different team members as they are from different parts of the state. Everyone tried to implement their own culture, resulting in fundamental problems in the team. If all these possible difficulties had been discussed before the match, no problems might have arisen. Communication between the members of the team is essential for the success of the team. If I had understood this before the commencement of the match, I could have designed strategies accordingly, and the cultural barriers could have been overcome, thereby increasing the chance of victory. Lessons learned from the experience. Now I have a deep understanding of the concepts like communication, culture, cross-cultural communication, teamwork. Also, the lessons learned from my previous experience would, I think, help me in the future. In case I get a chance to lead the same team again, I will design the strategy by considering the cultural differences. If team members feel that their personal interests are protected by the captain and co-members, they perform their level best to bring success. For creating such feelings, proper communication has a significant role to play. In the future, I will not repeat the mistake I explained earlier in my personal experience, and I will give enough consideration to the different cultures of the individuals I deal with. In order to be a good communicator, one must be a good listener. If a person does not have the mind to listen to what others say, he is not going to succeed. In the future, I will consider all these things in mind. Conclusion. Communication without considering the cultural difference may not give the expected result in the majority of cases. To communicate effectively with people of other cultures, understanding their culture is very important. Understanding their culture removes the attitudinal and behavioral barriers to communication. Without understanding the culture, communication can lead to misunderstanding. If you want to find more works like this reflective essay on impact of culture on communication, head over to ivypanda.com. It has a collection of free samples with thousands of submissions covering virtually all academic subjects. No registration required to access it.